Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. The media got what they wanted. The media finally got what they wanted. Joker to be out of the playoffs, and Anthony Edwards could continue, and they could make this Jordan Anthony Edwards comparison, which is the biggest joke ever, right? The biggest joke ever. You know, when they start doing the LeBron Jordan comparison, it was, it wasn't when LeBron went to the '07 finals or nothing like that, or when he won his first MVP or something like that. It was around the time, I don't know. I think when, he won his first championship, right? Even though we know LeBron had a lot of failures, but this is just outrageous. Just outrageous. This is what they wanted. You don't have to do nothing during the regular season, right? Anthony Edwards been in the league for 4 years, and all those, 3 years isn't counted, only this year. But in the 4 years in the regular season that he's been in the NBA, never per game has this guy been in the top 10 assists, points, rebounds, blocks, steals, and maybe it'll happen next year. But they just act like this guy just came into the NBA at 22, what happened to the rest of his career? It don't count. Don't they say this same thing about Micheal Jordan, right? They say, you act like the rest of his career don't count. You only act like the guy only played in the 90s. Well, go back and look at it. He led his team in 4 statistical categories his rookie season. Was a rookie of the year, second season, broke his foot, came back, 63-point game on the Celtics. Yeah, they got swept. They weren't supposed to win, and it was common to get swept back then, especially when you didn't have no help and you were the number 8 seed. Same thing the next season. He put up incredible numbers in the regular season and then put up incredible numbers in the playoffs. And we could just go from there, what Micheal Jordan continued to do. But this Anthony Edwards has just had a great playoff run, if you want to say it's great. Okay, it's not great to me. You're not playing no defensive competition. Who did you play? It just exposes it. When you got Bill, you got Durant, you got Booker all on one team. It would almost be like you having Jordan at 35, Pippen on the team, and I don't know who will Booker be, some up and coming star. I don't know. That would be in the 90s. I can't think of any right now, but they would not lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. You know why they lost? Because these guys wanted to go on vacation. They don't care about the grind, man. These guys got tens of millions of dollars. They was ready to go home. They don't care. So Minnesota didn't play anybody that was a great defensive team. We saw what Denver was, a joke. They never beat a 50-win team in the playoffs. They're not a defensive team. Joker is their leader, and just lets guys come to the basket. He walks away. When a guy comes to the drives to the basket, especially when he's in the air, Joker just backpedals and gets the ball when it goes through the hoop, throws it inbounds. He does that all the time. So none of them's going to play defense. Aaron Gordon probably plays the most defense, but he's getting smoked like it ain't nothing. It's a joke. And you got Michael Porter Jr. He's a joke. He only can do one thing, shoot a three, if he's doing that. Jamal Murray's good on offense, but no, this team isn't a good defensive team. They don't have the guys on it that want to play defense. The NBA is not used to playing defense. So, Anthony Edwards really hasn't did nothing for me. All they can keep saying is at 22 and at 23. And then next year, Jordan, he's going to have to face up when Jordan put up them 63 points in the playoffs. He won't never be able to match that. Okay, he might have a better regular season because Jordan was hurt the whole season, right? And then as we keep going to 24 and then 25, and he's going to be in big trouble. He's going to get exposed real quick. He's going to have to start putting up regular season numbers. He's going to have to start putting up crazy stats in the playoffs. He's going to have to start doing that. So it's eventually going to dry up for Anthony Edwards unless he wins a championship and they can start saying, oh, man, at 22, he won this champ. Who did you play? What was the level of competition? Were you playing the Big Five Celtics in the 80s? Was you playing the Bad Boy Pistons in the 80s? Who was you playing? That was great. Was you playing the Lakers? No, you're playing your competition, but only in this era, they always got to say Jordan didn't do this at this age. What was his competition? It wasn't the LeBron's competition that he faced, was it? Nope, not in the East. So, another thing, a lot of these channels, I'm starting to not have any respect for them. I used to love watching Uncut Hoops, but this guy has turned into the biggest front runner there is. I don't care. Just like sports and fitness rants. He went off on who was it? Shap Attack. Uncut Hoops is the biggest front runner of all time. Now he's front running for Anthony Edwards. Front running. He sounds like ESPN now. Front running. First he was front running for Joker, and the greatest offensive player ever. So this is what I'm saying. This guy has a big channel, and if he's always talking about context, why doesn't he ever talk about no defense in this era? How come? Why doesn't he talk about the level of competition in this era? Right? He was comparing all these 22-year-olds that went to the, I think, Western Conference Finals. I think, and put up these numbers going into the Western Conference Finals. I think it was who was it? Brett. Who was it? I forget the names. It was Kobe, Barry. I forget the names, but he mentioned, Kobe at one point playing the Celtics, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna compare that Celtics team, the Kobe's competition playing the Celtics, to who? Denver? Are you serious? This is what I'm saying. You can't. I don't take these guys serious no more. I don't know if he's just an AI, anyways, an AI voice. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, but this guy's always front running. He's the one that always talking about context. But when he's talking about Joker, when he talking about whoever he's talking about, trying to compare them to what players did in the past, you can't do that. This is a no-touch era. So if anybody seems to have any piece of athleticism, everybody's floored. Because you don't see it no more. Because everybody's shooting threes, for one. Two, there's no defense. The way Aaron Gordon was getting burned and Anthony Edwards wasn't doing anything special to get by him. Are you kidding me? I was like, wow, this guy actually won a dunk contest? This guy is just crazy athletic, and he was. Back when he was in Orlando, not too much now. Not too much now. Not too much now. And, what exposes this era so bad is that these guys need screens and picks all game. All game. They need screens and picks to get their shots off. All game. Go watch the 90s. You don't see this. You might see a pick and roll. But these guys need screens and picks the whole game. That's all they do the whole damn game. It's nuts. So they can get on a smaller guy, so they can get a mismatch. Man, they wasn't doing that in the 90s, in the 80s. Yeah, you might have did a pick and roll to the basket or something like that, but these guys need a pick and screen every time they need to shoot the damn shot. So yeah, I'm not impressed by this win. And like I said, there's a lot of guys out there front running for views and hot takes and all this stuff. These guys is just they ain't got it no more, man. They ain't got it no more. Everybody's a champion before they even win the championship. Everybody's the best before they even do anything. Have one playoff run and they're the best. I mean, we're really skipping this guy over. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Moses Malone. A lot of these guys. We're just skipping them by, just so we can compare it to the next Michael Jordan. Pretty sad. I mean, the NBA done ruined its integrity, and it's mostly because of this commissioner, Adam Silver, that they got right now. I told you guys in the past that everything that is said in the media, like ESPN, Fox Sports, they have to get the okay from the commissioner. So if you see, Nick Wright dissing ex-players, calling them slow plumbers, or even JJ Redick, all this dissing, it all has to go through the commissioner and the NBA first. And they done proved all this stuff so they can turn the NBA into a circus more than a real NBA league. Because these guys in this era, they don't have what the players in the past had. They don't have those type of skills. They don't have that type of will. They don't have that type of grit. These were just different men. These weren't TikTok, YouTube, and worried about fashion first. And, what these guys in the past, what they were worried about? They didn't have First Take and Undisputed and, all these different outlets saying that, they was the first one to do this at 22, or, saying they were the best before their career was over, comparing them to this player. Nope. They actually had to play their entire career to be the best, or at least half of it, before people started saying, "Whoa, whoa, that guy is the best we ever seen." I mean, yeah, Bobby Knight said it, but it wasn't cemented like that all over. The stuff you see today, it was just like a clip and then it went away. Nobody was playing what Bobby Knight said back then 300 times. I'm serious. I watched every single Chicago Bull games in the 90s. I'd never seen that clip until, what, about 10 years ago, what Bobby Knight said. Maybe 10, 15 years ago. I'd never seen that. Never seen that. So the guys in the past, they already knew the bar. The bar was the generation before them, always. Because the league always got better. And you proved it by championships, statistical titles, you playing all 82 games. You know, Jordan had to live up to the standard that Kareem and Bird and Magic and Dr. J and these guys set. And the guys before that, they had to live up to what Wilt and Russell and Jerry West and those guys said. They had to try to be better than those guys. These guys in this era, they don't have to. They just got a TV saying, yeah, these guys are better. Because the eras in the past were a joke. They were weak, they were slow. That's how you become great in this era, by the TV. The guys in the past, they didn't have that. They didn't have somebody talking to them. You actually had to see the evidence on the court. There's no evidence on the court with these guys. It's just all talk. Just all talk. Tell me what you think. Yeah, the media got their wish. They don't have to make it about black and white no more. So